Expect more right now. This is Wave 3 News, Kentucky's darkest day.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I'm meteorologist Kevin Harnett alongside Brian Good, Tawana Andrew, a number of our team members out here in Hopkinsville, the point that's been declared the point of greatest eclipse.
And that is not the moon itself. That is the moon blocking the sun right now. It looks like a crescent moon shot right now, which is pretty awesome right now, Kevin, to see that, as we are now within about 19 minutes away. Close to that, actually, a little more than that, I should say, a little more than 19 minutes, closer to 20, to complete totality here into Hopkinsville itself.
There's something special about totality. It's the point where really it goes dark. There are a number of things that happen that witnesses in the path of totality will recognize. Things like the Bailey beads around the edge, which are caused by the craters of the moon. Yep. The diamond ring, which is the big bright flash before we go into and out of totality.
Which is really cool. I'm excited about that part.
Absolutely. Yeah. We are here among probably thousands in the field that we're at, which is the point of greatest eclipse on Orchardale Farms. And you've been in town. We have a lot of people that have come to be in this area.
Exactly. And we've got our glasses on because we're trying to make sure we're ready for it. We're not going to look directly up. Kevin is going to make sure to wear his glasses if he does. And again, in Louisville, now this is the situation in our area, but in Louisville right now, you guys back home are approaching the 96% level coming up within the next 20 minutes. And that's where we're going to be finding right now the rest of our crews there at Waterfront Park.
Yeah, and lots of people gathered around you folks. Let's talk to Christy Dutton, Lauren Jones, and Ryan Hoke, gang.
Yeah, that's right. So we have our glasses ready, and we've been watching, and it has started to get a little dim out
within
here.
the last few minutes. It's strange.
It's a little creepy. Noticeably. So we're out here at Waterfront Park with about 1,000 of our closest friends here, and we're all just having a party out here because this is exciting. This is really, for a lot of folks, I'm looking some young folks around here, kind of the first solar eclipse of their lifetime. We have a bunch of school kids out here too.
Yeah, and safety is the biggest concern, obviously, with all these kids out here. So it's great to be down here. You have folks who are able to say, hey, make sure you've got your solar eclipse glasses on. Make sure you have your pinhole projector ready. And we've got another method. It is the solar telescope hooked up to the back of our Wave 3 News storm tracker. The Louisville Astronomical Society kind enough to help us out with that today, so you can watch it without any sort of appliance other than looking at the screen right here. And Lauren, so many folks gathered around us right now. I think we've got about 30.
This is amazing. I want to take us, JT, our photographer, if we can look around a little bit. I mean, we're at Waterfront Park. This place is absolutely packed. We have people here on the waterfront getting excited. I mean, we have hundreds of crews out here just so excited for the eclipse here. 2:27 will be the greatest time frame here in Louisville. And you can tell, guys, just the last few minutes talking about it already starting to dim just a little bit. So we're here at the storm tracker. We have 100, 200, 300 of our closest friends just getting very excited about this historic day.
Absolutely. We're going to send it back to Kevin and Brian down in Hopkinsville.
There we go. All right, thanks so much. What a crowd that's gathered there. We look behind us. You can see not only a number of folks here, but a lot of news organizations from all across the country. We're not just talking about Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee. They're here from everywhere.
Yeah, 19 countries and 46 of our 50 states have arrived. And I should mention 3 U.S. territories are also in town. And everyone's here has had a very positive attitude. We have these eclipse chasers that actually exist. They're all up and down the path. They're actually traveling across the country trying to keep up. And I'm sure some are even passing through portions of Western Kentucky even at this time.
Had a chance to talk to Dr. David Burns from NASA a few minutes ago. He was explaining why the spot was so special, how they had been planning for the last 10 years to be right here in Hopkinsville. A lot of people means a lot of social media in our interactive zone. That's where we find Wave 3's Julian Glover. Julian.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, lots of people already posting on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram nice and early. But of course, we want everyone all across Wave Country to be our eyes and ears for this thing. We got lots of people staked out all across Wave Country, but we need you to go ahead and use that hashtag Wave3News. Show us where you're viewing the eclipse from, how you're doing it, and of course, what it looks like from where you are. Let's showcase some of the social media we have so far. We just checked in with Lauren Jones, Christy Dutton, and Ryan Hoke. They were out there. Seems like they have quite the bit of fans. They're all wearing their protective eye gear, those special eclipse viewing glasses, so important. We want to show this. Our Connie Leonard appears to be in Denver, checking out the eclipse there. She got a bit of a head start on us. Our assistant news director, Carolyn Williams, sending out this picture from Texas all the way to Hopkinsville. Look at the Texas flag right there, right next to the American flag. As Kevin and Brian just mentioned, we've been seeing people come from all across the country, different countries, even U.S. territories, to Hopkinsville just to see Kentucky's darkest day. And one more picture right here of the growing crowd there at Waterfront Park and the Great Lawn. So as you guys mentioned, lots of excitement building already on social media. Remember, tweet us those pictures. Hashtag Wave 3 News. We'll send it back to you guys, Kevin and Brian.
All right, Julian, thank you. We have been watching the eclipse for well over an hour now. It started on the West Coast here in Hopkinsville. We are not only noticing a difference by the wind that's picked up, the temperature's going down. It has dimmed a bit. It's like there are a few more clouds in the sky than there actually
it feels
are.
like a thunderstorm is approaching, kind of a thing. And I'm not sweating as much right now, which is a good thing.
It's pleasant.
You know, this was an interesting day too, because this was falling at a time when a lot of school systems were getting their classes going for the new school year, and a lot of school districts had to make decisions. Schools in Hopkinsville were shut down. They made the decision to close a year ago for today, and some schools are taking this as an opportunity to be, an educational moment. And speaking of schools, let's check in now with our own Casey Cunningham, who's back home in Louisville at Cochran Elementary. Hey, Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Hey, it is so much fun out here. Yeah, like you said, we're at Cochran, and this school has taken everything to the extreme. I mean, look over here. They even have a virtual reality camera, so if students in the district aren't seeing the eclipse, they're recording the entire thing. They've had lesson plans leading up for the past few weeks, and I'm here with a group of kids now. Check out these solar eclipse hats. Did you guys make these?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, tell me, how does it feel to be experiencing all of this?
Good.
Okay, so what are you observing so far? What do you see outside? Can you show me your glasses? How do you put them on?
Like when you put it like this on, and you turn to you turn to the sun, and you see the sun and the moon.
You are so smart. Absolutely. What about you guys? Are you guys having fun? Tell me, how do you put on the glasses? So you put them on, and you guys are being very safe, making sure you... Look at that. What are you going to see today?
The solar eclipse.
Awesome. Very good. And I want to bring in the assistant principal, Lee Huber. Tell me, you guys are taking this to the extreme. I mean, it's so much fun out here. The kids are all taking turns, writing down their observations. I mean, why is this such a big deal for you today?
Well, we're fortunate enough to have a partnership with the University of Louisville. And so since the spring, we've been planning for the solar eclipse with the science department and the School of Education. So we've ordered the glasses. Our teachers have had special training prior to the first day of school. Teachers have been so excited and planning lessons to get the students all engaged in this eclipse. And so today is just all about getting outside and observing and seeing what we see and writing down our observations.
This is so awesome. And what is the trick? Because I've noticed you guys are so good at making sure these little guys keep on the glasses. I mean, not one single person has taken off their glasses. They're being very safe. What's kind of the trick in getting these guys to comply?
Well, I think first of all, it's been the teacher training, just having the teachers understand the importance of safety with the glasses. And so they've been talking to the students since last week even that this is going to happen, and so we've just been taking a lot of precautions with our students about walking and looking down, or even wearing the plates with the kindergarten students to keep the sun from shining in their eyes.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for letting us be a part of today. This is so much fun, and guys, these guys are so much fun. I cannot wait to see the reaction. I'm getting so excited about this, moment of blackness. So it's going to be so great, and we're going to be out here experiencing the eclipse with them, and then we'll check back with you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thanks so much, Casey Cunningham. Again, everybody here is now starting to pay a little more attention. A lot of folks now with their glasses on looking up. NASA TV just announced that they are now broadcasting. It's about to get real here in Hopkinsville.
And even in downtown. In fact, our own Sharon Yu is there right now with the crowds in downtown Hopkinsville, not far from us, about a good, I would say, 6 miles away. Sharon, what's the latest there in downtown Hoptown?
Well, Brian, the first thing two things I'm noticing right now. It's gotten significantly dimmer down here, and you wouldn't believe it, but there is a giant crowd behind me. As you can see that the people are there, but everyone is very focused on taking a look at what's going on. So it's really quiet, and it's nice to see that everyone is paying attention, and we've gotten to talk to so many different people from so many different states. But my favorite person to talk to was this little girl. She was looking up, she was lying on her little beach towel, and she was looking up and kind of soaking it all in, soaking in the sun rays, but also kind of looking at it, and she just had the cutest thing to say. I asked her what it looked like to her, and she told me that it looked like a giant cheesecake and that someone took a bite out of the cheesecake, and I thought that was just such a cute way to describe what she was seeing. And of course that was earlier in the day, just a couple minutes ago, when the eclipse was just about to happen, and it was just so adorable. I just had to mention it. And of course it's really nice to be talking to people out here, and everyone has been telling us that the city of Hopkinsville has done such an amazing job organizing everything, putting everything together. Of course, a full year of planning had gone into the logistics and the physical bringing out of things and preparation for this big event here, and it is just a wonderful time that we are all having. Of course, we'll bring you the full story of what we see and who else we meet later tonight. Back to you.
How long is the break? All right, Sharon, you downtown Hopkinsville, where we've been the last couple of nights, lots of people in town, and what we know is that we are about to be underway with Totality here in Hopkinsville in just a matter of minutes.
Exactly. It's getting darker and darker and darker, so we're to that point now. We're at Kentucky's darkest day, and we're going to be able to at least get the full effect here of Totality coming up in a matter of minutes. So what we're going to do is take a quick break.
Yep.
Don't go anywhere, because you're about to see a show of a lifetime when we come right back.
You're not going to miss a thing. Black, we've got to be on us when that happens, because we will. Stand by. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Kentucky's Darkest Day. I'm Kevin Harnett alongside Brian Good. We are live in Hopkinsville, and you are looking at the image that we see from our vantage point, where the moon is totally eclipsing the sun. The first total solar eclipse in the continental United States in 38 years, the last one occurring February 26, 1979. This one receiving a lot of play because it's going across the entire country. The last time that has happened has been nearly 100 years from coast to coast.
Yeah, let's tell you real quick what to expect. In Louisville, by the way, this is about near the max amount you're going to see in Louisville right now that's taking place. You will see a slight drop in temperature. You already are more than likely in Louisville at this point. In Hopkinsville, though, our temperature continues to drop. We are about to see how the moon itself is now making it basically look what looks like a crescent moon shape. Here in a matter of minutes, we are going to see the moon move just far enough over to the left side to cover up more of the sun, so we're going to get a very bright shot, which is going to be the diamond effect that we talk about. You're going to see that bright flash here in a matter of moments. After you see that bright flash, which will last, I would say, about 3 or 4 seconds, the entire moon then will cover the sun up, and you will see nothing but a ring, the corona itself, outlining the actual moon itself, and that is going to be when we are in complete totality here into Hopkinsville itself. And it is, again, inching over. Every time we're looking at this image, every second goes by, it is working its way over and over. And Kevin, we're keeping this up because we're very close here to get into that diamond effect that we talk so much about.
We are just minutes away. We'll come back out here live in Hopkinsville and show all of the folks out here with their glasses on. They're looking up. We are less than 10 minutes away from what will be Totality here in Hopkinsville, and you can see a number of folks, glasses held high, looking up. I want to point out that as we go back to a full screen of the eclipse that's taking place, and as that happens, we'll swing the camera around to us, because I want to point out the thing behind us, Brian, and this is interesting because we have a white sheet and some kind of tag board that's been laid down on the ground, and this is for an one of these things that's very rare. You don't always see it. They're called shadow bands. Looks like snakes sort of running across the ground, if it indeed happens. Doesn't always happen.
Doesn't always happen, but the way this is lining up, they're betting on the right kind of setup here for it to happen, the right kind of angle of the sun the way it is this time of the year in August for this total solar eclipse. So this family here, which by the way are from Louisville, and they are waiting to see how this is going to play out as we head into time itself. So my glasses are all over the place.
Help you out there.
Thank you.
We want to show you what's going on at Waterfront Park. We are just a few minutes away here, and we will show you Totality here in Hopkinsville. Meanwhile, down at the Great Lawn at the Big 4 Bridge, we find the other half of our team. And guys, I know you're feeling the temperature difference there, just like we are here in Hoptown.
It feels good, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't it do this like 3 hours ago?
Exactly.
Or do this like every day in the afternoon in the summer.
Heat index, if you're coming down to Waterfront Park here in Louisville, or really anywhere outside to watch this eclipse, nearing 95, 96 for some folks. So just a really hot afternoon, but I don't think people are focusing on the heat. It's the eclipse day.
Yeah, it's so weird how dim it's getting. It still feels like it's in the middle of the day, but like someone has put a very thin sheet over your eyes almost.
Yeah,
Very
this
odd.
is what it looks like right now. We have just a little sliver. We have about 10 minutes left until we're at maximum eclipse here, which will be the 96% covered. So we still have, it's still going to be getting darker.
I know, and it's weird. Just as we're talking here, we're still noticing it's getting darker and darker and darker, and that'll continue for about another 10 minutes.
Can we move the camera around? Is that possible? I just want to show the sheer magnitude of people here at Waterfront Park. A lot of people taking part in this. Hi, everybody. You can say hello. You're live on TV, Wave 3 News, getting excited for the total eclipse going on. Of course, just a few minutes away. Everybody having a good time? Yes. They are pumped up and ready to go. If you're looking at the sun, what do we need, guys?
We need eclipse glasses.
Yes.
If you have shade 14 welder's goggles, those are okay too, but these eclipse glasses are going to be your ticket.
Yep. All right, we're going to head back over to you. You all are almost at totality there.
24. We're just under 6 minutes away here in Hopkinsville. You can see the folks gathered behind us all looking up, glasses on. It is only safe to look up with the glasses on, even though we're probably 90-some% eclipsed right now, Brian.
Now, we're going to let you know right now, as you're watching our image here, as we get to totality, you're going to see us actually fade out on the screen here. It's going to get dark. You're going to barely be able to see us through the camera lens. And this, again, what you were looking at, we were at Waterfront Park with Brian, Christy, and Lauren. That was the image in Louisville, where, again, they're getting close to that max 96%.
Yes.
Now you're looking at Hopkinsville, where we're already past that point. I would say we're about 98, approaching 99% now of the sun that has been taken out, which means in a matter of just a few more minutes, again, we are going, there's the double box there. You can see the difference that we are talking about, and also a slight difference in angle because of latitude of where we are compared to Louisville versus where we are down here into Hopkinsville. So the moon is approaching at a different angle, and that's the reason why it doesn't cover up all of the sun in Louisville compared to Hopkinsville. It's a perfect alignment here in Hopkinsville. We can hear the crowd yelling on where NASA is right now. So they're getting real excited. We're getting real close to that diamond effect here, Kevin. This is real exciting stuff to see.
Absolutely. You will notice the solar filters on our cameras, much like our glasses right now that a lot of people have on. When we go into totality, we will have that 2-minute and 40-second window where we can take the glasses off, where we can take the filters off, only in the path of totality. So anybody in our viewing area, that's not the case. But for us, we're going to show it to you what it actually looks like here. We're getting so close. Some of the things we made.
I'm getting goosebumps.
I know.
Now.
Well,
I really
tell you, it really is getting dim. NASA TV's generating a lot of cheers on their stage. Let's go through some of the things that we may see. The reason you see the Bailey's beads, those are what's around the ring of either side of the sun or the eclipse moon, is because of the roughness, the terrain of the moon itself.
Exactly. It's not a perfectly shaped effect here, but we're able to, because the way the light is, perfectly be able to light up some of the canyons and some of the mountainous areas, if you will, of the moon. That creates that kind of odd image there on the edge of the actual moon's shadow that is encompassing there of the sun itself. It is so eerie, Kevin, how just and it's not the same.
Away.
It really is not the same as sunset. It's similar to maybe a thunderstorm. It's more of an effect, and this is the best way I've always heard it described to me, and you know what? It is exactly this. It feels like a scary movie, like an invasion is about to happen. I'm not saying aliens are coming,
right?
But you feel like something is happening right now.
We're less than
odd.
3 minutes away from the totality itself. Put your glasses on and take a look. You haven't looked up. I want you to check it out.
Maybe watching our coverage.
I know we can see it here. But it is amazing to look up and see that thin sliver. We mentioned the Bailey's beads. The diamond ring is a pop on one side and then the other as it moves into and out of totality. Those are two very interesting features as well of a total eclipse. So you have the Bailey's beads that you can sometimes see, the diamond rings, the shadow bands. Those features can only be seen if you are in the path of totality, and even not always then. They say here it goes because there is a point to where, boom,
Now, here's one thing. We can't show you right now because we're focused on the eclipse, but there are 1, 2, 3 airplanes in the sky right now, way up at about, I would say, 29,000 feet, and they are seeing this right now. Yeah. And I can only imagine what the people on these planes are thinking flying around out the window of their plane, like, what is going on right now down below? Because they can see the shadow of the eclipse down onto the ground level. Again, here is the split box, Louisville on the right, of course, Hopkinsville, the greatest point of eclipse here on the left. And that's where you see, again, just that slight difference in angle. And it makes a big difference in the amount of light you get to the ground level as well that is happening there. And if we... there we go with the left side. Kevin, what's the clock? So what do we have here now?
We're at 1:22.
1:22. So we're two minutes and 11 seconds away from the less than that, really, for the diamond ring effect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Hopkinsville. That is the crescent that you will see as we center it up to the center of the screen, because the sun, of course, is moving, so we are tracking that as well.
You keep talking, Kevin.
Yeah, we'll both keep talking, and then we're going to be quiet when it actually happens, because we want you to be able to kind of hear and witness what the crowd is seeing around us, and everyone is sort of getting quiet. You know, we've heard this referenced as it's almost a spiritual moment when it happens.
Absolutely.
I can tell you that even our photographers have run from out beneath the cameras, and we want you to witness this at home with us, so we're bringing it to you as best we can through the solar filters now, but hang in there, because once we go into totality, we'll be taking the filters off. At this point, we're down to just a thin crescent.
99 years, Kevin, the last time since we've had one cross one coast of the United States to the other. And 1869 this is the last time we had a path of totality come through portions of wave country like this. And what a sight this is, Kevin.
Unbelievable.
Looking at this. It is almost there.
Again, cheers coming in from around us, indicating that we are nearing the edge where totality will begin. A 2-minute, 40-second duration right here in Hopkinsville, the point of greatest eclipse. We still hear some folks around us talking. Many folks have been silent.
Well, it's hard to talk because you're looking at it and you're thinking, wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, look at that. Now the edges, the northern and the southern part there, the crescent begin to fade. So we're awful close now to the flash of the diamond ring effect.
We
about a minute away.
There we go. Less than a minute as it goes out.
There we go. Get ready, guys.
There it is. Bailey's beads.
Here we go.
And there we are.
And there's a diamond ring effect that you're now seeing.
And now the corona of the sun. We can take our filters off here in Hopkinsville.
Yeah, take the filters off this camera, guys, please.
Can you tell Chris to take the filter off the camera? So we want to be able to show you the corona, what it actually looks like, the atmosphere of the sun. We're going to be able to show that to you now. What an unbelievable sight this is.
Now, if we get a chance to take a double box to show it too, if we can, how dark it is here where we are. I mean, it's just creepy.
Here,
but look
turn
at
around, Brian. I'm going to take a selfie on live TV. I don't usually do this.
Okay, here we go.
I want to be able to save this minute.
Now you got to get it aimed just right here.
Okay, here we go.
You ready?
Well, that didn't work so well, but we're trying.
We're trying to find it in
here. Trying to capture the moment here. Unbelievable sight. TV doesn't do this justice. You really have to witness this in person. You look around the horizon,
there's
360
the orange glow. It looks like sunset, an orange glow there right now that's surrounding the horizon. If you can see that now on the camera, this is where the Earth is still lit up. 75 miles out from where we are. So there's just nothing but a shadow, just like you would on a partly cloudy day, and you know there's a shadow of the cloud on you. It's a giant cloud is the equivalent of that, and it's 75 miles out. It is nothing but a beautiful sunny day.
Right.
And then it's beautiful out there.
All the way around.
Wow.
What a beautiful sight. A thunderstorm developing over on the far western Kentucky side. We can see those clouds billowing up what looks like a beautiful sunrise or sunset. You look up, and this is majestic, this view of that corona.
You could see why in ancient times how many theories there would be about what this means.
Oh, could you imagine?
And the signs you would have in here. And we're getting almost toward the end of the
planet.
Yeah. There's a Venus right there. We can see Venus off to the right there as well. We do have some cirrus clouds in the area, so there is a bit of difficulty to see some of the stars, but Man, Kevin, that's it's just it's spooky.
You know, we've read about it.
No signs of aliens, by the way, for the Kelly Green men.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm waiting for one to walk by. This is, you know, we've read about this. We've talked about it for years and years. We've frankly seen this covered on the news before, but to witness this and to see the complete coverage that we've been able to bring to our viewers over the course of the last
here comes the diamond ring.
years.
The diamond ring is coming back.
Back on. You can see it on the far right.
Look how bright it is. Bright diamond ring. So now you got to put your glasses back on.
So there's the diamond ring.
Yeah.
Glasses back on.
Look at that. And it looks just like a diamond ring shape there, as you can see, where you got that one brightness on the edge and then the ring itself around it. And that is, I think that is the most beautiful thing about it.
And here comes the sun again. And you can hear the cheers.
It's bright and it's like
and we're back to daylight.
It's like someone has a dimmer switch in the living room and turn the lights back on slowly. So
what an experience. Carolyn,
come here, our assistant news director. Come on here, Carolyn.
Williams is our assistant news director. We have a staff of about 11 people out here. Tell me what you thought.
I loved seeing the sunset all of a sudden. And then planet, you said it was Venus up there. And
right.
It was like dusk, except it's too early in the day.
Wild.
We've been talking about this meeting every week for months on planning to make this something that we could bring to Louisville. I hope we did.
I hope we did too. I think we did. The folks out here certainly now with their glasses on still enjoying the experience. People in Louisville likewise enjoying the experience. It was a much different feel there because it wasn't totality.
But still pretty good show. Now, my partner in crime in the mornings here, Christy Dutton. Christy, tell us what it was like there over the past few moments there at the waterfront.
Well, it didn't get as dark here as it did there. We were watching you all, and that was just too cool. But right now, we're just a minute out of the maximum eclipse here, and it was so cool. I mean, everybody, look, we even have some signs that were made. Yeah, I mean, this is what we've been all gathered out here for. So it's been
the end is really not near.
No.
It's
the end of the eclipse is near, though, because we are outside of the maximum eclipse. We maxed out. It's 96% here in Louisville. Got really dim, very eerie feeling out here. I think the thing that most folks were appreciative of, the temperature drop. It dropped maybe 3 to 4 degrees. The wind calmed down. Kind of nice out here now.
And our radio partners over at 99.7 DJX, they were counting everybody down. Like, we are a minute away from the maximum eclipse. We are 30 seconds, and you could feel just a lot of people excited to be here. This is something historic that a lot of folks haven't seen in their lifetime, and they'll do it again in 2024.
Yep, and that's just 7 years from now. In 7 years, it'll be Indiana's darkest day.
You won't have to drive as far.
We won't have to drive as far because it'll be the southern half of Indiana is where the path will be. So, hey, that's even more convenient.
Yeah, we kind of are living in a golden age of eclipses right now. We're all very lucky to see this one, and in 7 years, we'll get to see another one, guys.
Yeah,
can we take another look? I know I keep turning to the camera around JT, but just look at all these people. Everyone they have their glasses on. They are looking up to the sun, just excited to be here. We have kids that are, 1 year old, all the way up to folks that are much wiser than myself, that have been here for a really long time, just taking part in this historic day of the eclipse here in Louisville. Again, we are just about 2 minutes past the maximum eclipse here in Louisville for Kentucky's darkest day. We appreciate everyone posting pictures on social media. Continue hashtag KY Darkest Day, also hashtag Way3 News. We're having a lot of fun. So keep sharing with everything that you've been doing so far on social media.
And one thing I really appreciate there at the bottom of your screen, lower right hand, that temperature has dropped out of the
89.
90s.
Thank you.
Now, it's not going to stay like that. It'll go right back up. But
If only
right
we
now,
could have
it feels
eclipse
pretty
every
good.
day.
Yeah, I know. It feels good right now. So I guess we'll head back over into Hopkinsville. So Brian, Kevin, it was so cool to watch you guys when it went just so dark there. That was so cool.
And now it's daytime. Look at it. I mean, unbelievable.
It was absolutely amazing. Breathtaking, no kidding.
Do we look any different? Because I feel like we just changed somehow. I'm not really sure.
I feel like it's already tomorrow. Is it Wednesday yet? Did we just lose a day?
I know. It's like the shortest night of sleep I've ever got in my life. It really is. And I don't get much sleep. But that was an amazing show. And the thing is, it's not over. We are still in eclipse mode here, people. I mean, it's still going to go. So
it takes us about an hour and a half to get back out of it. It took us an hour and a half to get to that point, and now we're working our way out of the eclipse till we're back to full sun. And that's going to take a little time. Of course, you saw the thousands of people gathered at the waterfront. here in Hopkinsville. Thousands gathered. School kids, a whole nother group who have been excited about this.
Absolutely, because they've been talking about it. Actually, we were visiting schools late last spring when school was letting out about this whole ordeal, about the idea that it's coming. Get ready when you get back to school in the fall. This is going to be the biggest story, and we have one of those young men right now standing by to tell us about his experience.
Nick, nice shirt, buddy.
It was crazy.
Wasn't it? Tell me, was it what you expected?
It was kind of different, but it was really crazy how fast it got dark, and then it just like turned into a big bright glow and with a black center. It was really cool.
It was very cool. I second all of that. What was your favorite part? It was seeing the atmosphere of the sun shine around it. Was it the cooling temperature?
I kind of liked it when it just got dark real fast, and then you look up there and there's just a big light glow.
Awesome. How cool is that? Nicholas, thank you. Appreciate you being here today.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I mean, can you imagine being that young and getting a chance to see something that cool?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You mentioned all the school kids.
Yeah.
Casey Cunningham is out and about. Let's visit in with her. She's had some school kids. Speaking of, Casey?
Hey guys, this is so cool just to see everyone's expression, how excited all of these kids are. Take a look around here at Cochran Elementary. You can see all of the kids so excited. It's gotten a little bit darker here, a little bit cooler, but I'm with two kids and we've been busy here. We have been working. Jasmine, tell me what you've been working on, because you're writing down all of your observations. So what have you seen so far?
I seen like a little crescent moon up in the sky with my glasses on.
Oh my gosh, can you look up with your glasses and tell me what you see now? Can you describe it for me? What's it look like?
The crescent moon is keep on getting like a crescent moon, and it's getting smaller and smaller.
Smaller and smaller. Thank you so much. So this is just like a real life science experiment today. These kids have been writing down in their notebooks all of their observations from around, when did you guys start? It was about 10:15. Describing the sun, describing what it looked like, and then of course what it looks like now, which is so cool. And Caleb's over here. Caleb, you've been busy too, buddy. What are you writing down?
Well, I'm writing down what I said first. Well, I mean, what I saw first. Like, first I saw it was sideways, then it was sort of up, then it was hanging down a little bit.
Absolutely. Great job. And can you put on your glasses for me and show me what you see now?
I see it almost nearly to the side.
Very good. Well, you better write down. There he goes. So we're having a great time here at Cochran Elementary. They have gone all out for the eclipse. They even have a virtual reality camera going around recording this for students in JCPS who might not be able to see. But almost the entire school is outside right now. We've all got our glasses, so we're having a great time, and we'll be back a little bit later with some more reaction from these guys. It's so cool just to see, you know, and hear this described through a child's point of view. So we're having a great time. I'll send things back to you guys.
All right, Casey, thank you. And this kind of rejuvenation of science across America in particular has been something to see with the talk of this great eclipse, and you know, the kind of the excitement surrounding it has really pushed science into a lot of homes and families, and I think that's a great thing.
Especially astronomy, because you know the space shuttle's been retired since 2010, and this is really getting that astronomy talk back in the air again, about getting back out there and seeing majestic things like this.
Yeah,
but we do need to take a quick break, but we still have a lot more still to discuss about this.
You
Kentucky's Darkest
are
Day.
watching Wave 3's complete coverage right here on Wave 3 News. It's Kentucky's Darkest Day. We're live in Hopkinsville, Louisville, points in between to show you the light side, the bright side, and the dark side, all right here on Wave 3 News. We're back right after this. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Kentucky's Darkest Day, where the moon has totally eclipsed the sun here in Hopkinsville, filled with oohs and ahs from the crowd, cheers and claps and breathtaking sounds.
To keep with the theme of suns, here comes the sun. You know, it's coming back once again on the other side now of this total solar eclipse that we had here into Hopkinsville itself, and it's getting slowly brighter and brighter. Again, the whole process takes 3 hours.
Yes.
And the one thing we noticed as we were entering the first phase of the eclipse, the wind was picking up, and we still have some of a breeze at the moment. And these are important things right now that the University of Alabama is actually here on site to kind of investigate.
Well, they are. They have a number of their storm chase vehicles here. They have weather balloons that have been launched. You can see one behind me that has been up. They have that one tethered. They They have sent several up into the atmosphere to get weather readings. They're looking at ozone readings, wind readings, and temperature profiles as you go up through the atmosphere. So it's been a very educational day for many of the graduate students and students from universities across the country.
Exactly, and this is something that we're hoping that, again, it's a fun event, but it's also an educational event, and a lot of people have been asking, why are we here? Why are we in this exact spot? And there is a scientific significance to it, because this is that point of greatest eclipse. In fact, it's not entirely exactly where we are standing, where our feet are. It's not too far away from us. There is actually one point in the ground and that there's a marker, and we'll be showing you that, of course, later on this evening. But it's kind of cool that we're in this point, the only point on the planet where the max amount of sun just disappeared.
We saw it for the maximum amount of time here at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The disk of the sun completely obscured by the moon. We have seen that in Hopkinsville. In Louisville, you saw 96% of the sun obscured. Still a breathtaking view in its own right. You did not have a chance to see that corona that we were able to show you from here. We want to go out to Waterfront Park. Lauren Jones, Christy Dutton, Ryan Hoke, they are there with the Wave 3 News Storm Tracker, the Louisville Astronomical Society, and several hundred, or maybe even over 1,000 close friends. Guys, it looks like a very nice crowd gathered to join the eclipse with you guys and the folks from DJX.
Yeah, we've been having a great time. It's funny, a few people just came up to us and said, wait, is this it? Are we done?
Yeah.
And we had to remind them it was only 96%. There in Hopkinsville, you guys saw 100%, but still a lot of people, spirits high, had a good time. Witness history.
It was still very eerie here. It looked like dusk or dawn, the twilight hour, something you don't see every day. Still an interesting experience, but that 4% visible, that's more than enough to still make it look completely different than Hopkinsville.
Yeah, I think what they wanted was a Corona.
Yeah.
And not the beer, but like
we all want a Corona, right?
The
It's a hot day out here.
Corona. Yeah, they started chanting over there. We didn't know which way it was going to go.
We've obviously been standing out in the sun too long.
No, we've been having a good time. We have school kids out here right now. They've been taking pictures with Wave 3 News. We've been posting them on Facebook and Twitter, hashtag Wave 3 News. Also, KY Darkest Day. A lot of the crowd still here, still hanging out. We have some folks still looking up at the sun here at 2:40, enjoying still what is an eclipse for some of us. Really an awesome day out here in Waterfront Park.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the eclipse. We've got food trucks, we've got school groups, we've got the radio stations here. It's like almost like a Waterfront Wednesday sort of deal in the middle of the afternoon here on a, what is this, a Monday?
We don't even know. We think it's Tuesday. This is the funny thing. It got dim, and Christy and I are like, wait, on a sunrise shift.
Right.
Yeah. Is it Tuesday? Are we supposed to be going to work this morning? What's going on?
Is anybody aware of what happened?
Yeah, and I'm sure there in Hopkinsville, for Brian and Kevin, even more eerie seeing it go dark in the middle of the day. So guys, we're going to send it back to you there. Ground zero, the epicenter of all the action. Daytime there, daytime here. We're all having a blast enjoying, again, the eclipse here on Waterfront Park.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lauren, Christy, and Ryan. We are out here in Hopkinsville where the temperature is now increasing once again. Yep. We were sweating to beat the band earlier, and standing out here.
We're about to sweat again.
Yeah, I know. It's coming back all of a sudden once again. Let me just point out the number of folks behind us, some of them already making their way out. They saw what they wanted to see, the corona, and they're like, all right, we're hitting the road.
That was a show. It's time to go.
Yep.
But hey, there's a significance why, again, we were talking about the farm. I was out here 3 years ago, and I got a chance to bring to the attention of the owner of the farm and try to touch base with him, say, do you realize what is about to happen to you on your land on August 21st, 2017? Take a look at the story.
It's my understanding it's what some people call ground zero.
It is just one spot, part of one community, and it is located in Kentucky.
We already know many people are going to come from Asia and Europe and just all over the place.
Coming to a quiet town where the pace is slow, and a walk through town is greeted by waves and smiles, just 170 miles west of Louisville. Today, it's business as usual, but that won't be the case in less than 3 years when the eyes of the world are on Hopkinsville, Kentucky, preparing for a once-in-a-lifetime event. A total solar eclipse. The moon will pass directly in front of the sun, casting a shadow onto Earth. It will all start on the morning of Monday, August 21st, 2017, just off the coast of Seattle. The shadow path will then work its way to the other side of the lower 48 into Charleston, South Carolina, That'll be the longest path of an eclipse in the United States in 99 years. And while many of us will see a large part of the sun disappear, the point of greatest eclipse will be located at GPS location 36.9 north, 87.6 west, or just northwest of Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
If you look at the hillside, the highest area there to the right where it's green, we own that and those trees up there. So, I mean, it'd be some excellent views from up in there, boy.
That also happens to be Mark Kanzler's farm.
Well, it's my understanding you can see the stars, so that would probably be the neatest thing in my eyes, to be able to see the stars.
The time of totality will begin at 1:27 p.m. Central Time. If skies are clear, you will be able to see the stars above indeed. Temperatures will drop. The crickets will chirp. For a solid 2 minutes and 40 seconds, the sun will disappear. Such a huge event for a small town requires lots of planning, and that has already begun.
Because we are a smaller community compared to, say, Louisville or Lexington or other larger communities in Kentucky, but this is a community that it's very good at coming together.
With 100,000 spectators expected for this town of 40,000, space is key. Staging areas have already been set up and designed. Electric and highway departments already working on a plan for controlling traffic and shutting off streetlights. And as far as a place to crash,
so if you do plan to have an actual hotel booked for any number of days for that event, is you need to get on the phone and take care of that right now. Book something as close as you can, or realize that you might be camping out.
It may be 3 years away, but this community vows to be ready.
You better embrace it because it's going to happen whether you want it to or not.
It's going to happen no matter what. That was my favorite thing that Mark said toward the end there, and here we are 3 years later, and it just took place on his land.
It really did. A land packed with at least 180 automobiles, about 60 media outlet, the governor, the lieutenant governor. We have had a number of people here, and people from near and far, but several people from Louisville.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Forrest, come on over here. This is Forrest. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Louisville.
And you're a student where at?
I'm a junior at DuPont Manual High School.
Manual High School. All right. Now, you said, now we were talking about the farm. You said, you know what? I know some things about this farm. What do you know about the farm?
Okay, so the farm's owned by a few people in the family. It's been in the family for generations, but the one I know is Miss Suzanne Kugler. She's a science teacher at No Middle School. And back when I had her in 7th grade, they found out about this. It was a surprise to them. And as any science teacher, good science teacher, she got all excited and told all her students. And she invited us out here 5 years ago, and we've been planning it ever since. And
so you're not the only one that's planning for 5 years then, right? Was it worth it?
Completely. It's been an incredible experience. I don't think any of us really expected it to be the spectacle that it was. Not just the eclipse, but like you said, the 60 media outlets, all the people, the huge hurrah.
It's crazy, and the idea that we got a chance to do it for 2 minutes and 40 seconds is overwhelming, right?
Yeah, it certainly is.
All right, Forrest, thank you. Appreciate it. All the way from Louisville down here. And several people really from Louisville that we've talked to, and other countries as well. So it's been awesome.
Well, and the eclipse continues. While you see the view of our vantage point here, where the sun is coming back into out of totality and back into focus, if you will, down in Nashville, places moving along and closer to the East Coast, they are now experiencing totality.
South Carolina is going to be the final point. Actually, Charleston, South Carolina will be the last U.S. city, but Nashville, Tennessee is the largest city in the entire path that is had just went through the eclipse as well. So kind of cool.
We have had so many people from near and far that we have to talk to. When we come back, we're going to introduce you to a few more. We are live in Hopkinsville. We have to take a quick break. When we come back, we have more coverage from Kentucky's darkest day, the 2017 August 21st total solar eclipse. Welcome back to Wave 3 News coverage of Kentucky's darkest day, the 2017 August 21st total solar eclipse. We've been bringing you coverage on this special edition of Wave 3 News throughout the afternoon from 2 until 3 o'clock Louisville time. We are here live in Hopkinsville.
And now I want to introduce you to a very special young lady that has, by all means, been the backbone to all of this planning that's been taking place here in Hopkinsville. This is Brooke Young, and you have had the job of having to deal with me and Kevin nonstop, trying to get everything set up and everything arranged, and it's a lot of work. How are you feeling right now?
It's almost like a state of shock that it's over. It's so crazy to have witnessed what we just witnessed and to have seen the sky completely go dark. It looks like the sun had been swallowed up, and you're just standing in awe that this is happening and kind of trying to wrap your brain around the fact that what you're seeing is real. It kind of takes you a minute, but it's so incredible to have seen all of this come together and to have had the absolute perfect weather. I mean, we could not have asked for a more beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. It gives me goosebumps just talking about what we just experienced and witnessed, because I think it was magical. I mean, it was truly remarkable.
Let me ask, how many people have you been in contact with, media organizations, all the way from the Vatican to NASA to all the local stations and in between?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I would venture to say like 200 to 300 interviews, just with outlets from all over the world that are just so fascinated with our community and how we've kind of embraced this Eclipseville and Hopkinsville just totality mentality, and really wrapped ourselves into this solar eclipse. And I just feel like our community has done such an incredible job. I can't say enough amazing things about all the organizations that came together to plan this, and it's just been such an amazing experience.
How many people made it into your city? Any idea?
Our early guesstimates are around 140 to 150,000.
Wow.
So, and when you think about that, we have 741 square miles. So these are people spread all across Christian County, and so all these pockets of viewing areas and watch parties, and it's remarkable. People got to enjoy this with fellow enthusiasts and eclipse chasers and new eclipse chasers. I'm sure some of those were born today that just didn't get enough and are going to make this a hobby.
Well, big
job well
thanks.
done.
Big thanks to you and to Mayor Hendricks. I mean, great job. It's been awesome organization you guys have done down here.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys for joining us.
No problem. Hey, you know what? A lot of organization going on back home in Louisville as well, Waterfront Park. We've got Lauren and Christy and Ryan as well stand by at the Storm Tracker. Guys, what's the latest there at the waterfront?
We're losing our minds.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
There's some silly things going on down here.
Can you at least
We've got a guy with two huge stereo speakers on the back of his bicycle blaring music right now. It is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, you're gonna miss him.
And we're just gonna miss him. He's behind the WDJX tent.
Yeah, there's our radio partners right there.
We got some silly folks out here today, but it's been a lot of fun, guys, and we've been able to see some pretty cool stuff. It wasn't as good as Hopkinsville as expected, but 96% maximum eclipse.
I think it's hard sometimes, maybe for the average person at home to really grasp what 96% is that you would actually see. We've had a few people afterward reaction telling us, hey, wait, I thought it was supposed to get completely dark. So sometimes it just depends on where you are. Of course, Hopkinsville saw that. Did we just get a shot of that guy?
Oh, yes, sir.
Excellent.
Yes. We have totally eclipsed here. We are losing it. Everyone started to pack up, head home. We still have some of the school groups out, some pets out, having a good old time. It's been a good day.
And the funny thing is, the eclipse is still going on. It's just in its phase where it's ending. And it won't end here in Louisville till officially 3:51 p.m. So still about an hour's worth of looking up at the sun with your solar eclipse glasses.
And I was telling Lauren that it feels like when we're at Derby, after the Derby race is over, and they still have those races afterwards.
And you're like, hey, wait a second, who cares about those?
It's like, it's the excitement is sort of peaked already, I feel like.
It's been awesome, though. We've been covering this for the last 5 years here, the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking team, Wave 3 News itself, everyone back in the studio, our crews in Hopkinsville. It's been really a remarkable experience. We appreciate everyone tweeting us, sending posts on Facebook, of course, Wave 3 News all the time. And you'll wake up with Christy and I tomorrow morning. You're going to be manning the Wave 3 weather station studio later tonight by yourself.
5, 6, 7, and 11. Be sure to watch. We'll have a wrap-up of all the events down in Hopkinsville and here in Louisville. In fact, we'll send it right back to Hopkinsville. Kevin and Brian, that's it from Louisville here with Kentucky's darkest day.
Yeah, you're right. Today was Kentucky's darkest day, but looking ahead, just not too far in the future, we are already focused on what will be Indiana's darkest day.
Can you believe this? Take a look at this.
Spectacular.
In 7 years, there is going to be another total solar eclipse that is going to be tracking across the United States. The thing is, the track is going to be a bit different, a different angle. It's going to track from Mexico all the way across portions of Illinois and Indiana, and then into the northeast parts of the country as well. The thing is, though, the path is a bit closer to Louisville. In fact, Louisville, you guys lost 96% of the sun this time around. But in 7 years, you're going to lose 99% of the sun. And the path of totality is actually going to take place as far, or as close to us, I should say, is say around the northern part of Scott County and up towards Seymour and Indianapolis. So yes, in 7 years, on April the 8th at 3:07 p.m.
Another Monday.
Another Monday, it appears it will be Indiana's darkest day. Now, we know the weather on April the 8th can be much more of a challenge than this was stressful for us for summertime weather, but I can only imagine what it'll be like in 7 years. So just so you guys know, starting tomorrow, we will be again the countdown clock. I'm kidding.
Brian's taking the rest of the week off, so we at least have a week until we have to start counting down again.
Right. But it's kind of cool that we get to have two, because on average, if you were to live in any one spot, the average you would see an eclipse, a total solar eclipse in your area is about 300 to 300 to maybe 450 years.
And the
to
thing
get
is,
two in your area is remarkable.
And it's not because they don't happen that often, because frankly they happen a couple of times a year, but
absolutely.
Most of them happen over water because, of course, the Earth is mainly filled with water.
Exactly, and they only clip little small areas of continents. They rarely come through highly populated areas, and they do. They certainly make the headlines in the news. The last time we had one that was just exclusive to the United States only was when we were signing the Declaration of Independence. So it's been a while.
Yes.
Since we've been able to say it's United States total solar eclipse, but I also have one coast to coast. It's been 99 years. This is something that I hope everybody that at home back in Louisville, and certainly that's watching even in our southern counties closer to us here into Christian County, I hope it's something that is it's going to be etched in your minds forever.
We hope that we've been able to do it justice by bringing you the coverage over the last 5 years, by kind of setting the groundwork from the people who were involved, from the Kanslers whose farm that we are on, and letting you know a little bit about the people behind it, to the people in Hopkinsville, their wonderful hospitality, to the Arnold family who had us as guests. We can't say thank you enough to those folks, and everybody that we've just had a chance to meet. They've all been unbelievably friendly and kind, and to experience and witness what we saw today and be able to bring that home to you. Hopefully you've had a chance to walk away by saying, wow, that was something to see. And you can see it again 7 years from April coming up
April 8th
Indiana.
in 2024 in Indiana. So for those of you that live in our northern counties in Indiana, get ready. If I were you, I would start planning now. Hopkinsville started planning 5 years ago.
Right.
So if I were you guys, I would start thinking in your minds now, what are we going to do in 7 years? Because I assure you that we're already thinking of that. So.
The sun is shining bright here in Hopkinsville once again. The heat is coming back up. We have so much to share with you coming up today, beginning at 5 o'clock on Wave 3 News. For Brian Good, I'm Kevin Harnett. On behalf of our entire team at Wave 3 News, happy Total Eclipse Day from Hopkinsville.